Great sunrise, family. I hope all is well with you as it is with me on this day, on this glorious day. But, every day is glorious for us. And we just need to take the time to realize that we are the ones who are empowered and no one else can take your powers or have control over you. One thing about us as a people is our head has been played with many, many games. One big game that has been played with our people's minds is religion, and how I always go back to how everything was taken, everything was stolen. And don't think that it's just one country. It's never been one country. It's always been the whole of Europe that has always been for years and years that was taken over um, by the people who currently occupy it today. Which, if you understand, if you understand the true uh, stories of the past and the truth about those, unlike the delusion that we've been fed every day of our lives here, even though it's some truth in the delusion, it has to be in order for you to be able to figure out later that that half of it is a delusion. So, and then you can decipher the truth from that. But like I said, Europe has always been a part, all parts. This whole this whole earth has been an issue. You can't go to no place on earth as a black person and think that you're going to be free from the racism. You know, if they had conquered a lot of territory on the earth, a lot of places, then that should tell you. That should tell you a lot. If you understand, if you can understand why they did what they did from the beginning. Um, but without going all the way through every little detail, I'm going to skip over that and just say that, many of us could be miseducated and misguided in our lives. And I know I spoke about Candace Owens, and I sincerely believe, well, I sincerely know, because you know how I detest believe, I sincerely know that she is definitely misguided and miseducated, especially when I see people who are Hebrew Israelites jumping in on what she says and wanting to agree with her on a lot of points when it comes to government. Now, what I am saying is don't fall for the okey doke. Don't fall for thinking if we're not a part of something and we still haven't achieved equality in the correct proper way, because I can tell you, I'm going to break it down now, that the equality that we ask for is not the equality that we were given. And we should not ever been asking for equality, period. Because I say this, from an unjust people, they can make it look like fairness for you, but it is not ever going to be fairness for us. It is unfair. It is totally unjust to take any money from people that you have already stolen from. But because we ask for equality from a people who don't have a consciousness about what they have done to us, that they can teach a young lady like Candace to talk about doing for self, and she has never once in her life ever done for self. Because doing for self means building without white people helping, without having to have a handout. She's had a handout. She's had a handout from the NAACP. She's had, and then she's had support, white support. So that is not doing for self. That is actually taking the easy road. And doing for self is out here working, humping, and building. Not been giving talking points against Black people because you've been taught one way that is not no truth in that way. There's no truth. There is a delusional understanding that she has because white folks have never done for self on this planet in no shape or form. It may look like it because they made it look like that, but it's a delusional ideology. They had to do off the backs of killing, destroying people. Now, me from my experience here, because they did what they did to my ancestors, to the people, it is very hard for me, even though I am still doing it for myself. It is very hard for me to get a leg up. So it's no equality in that, because we're white folks, they already started out with my stuff. They started out with our stuff. They started out with the opportunities because they took everything from us. Good morning, S. Wiseman. They took everything from us, so they were able to have a leg up over us. So when we do get a leg up by ourselves on our own, without stealing, without killing white folks, without doing anything to them, which a lot of things in the law of nature, according to nature, what you do, you have done unto you, you have done back to you. But we don't have to do those things, and we get a leg up, and then they come back and they see that and they make it harder for us. So it's not, we should have never asked for equality as far as trying to do the same things these people do, because we don't need to be paying taxes. Our taxes, our money that they take is unjust. It's very unjust for them to take money from us after they have already destroyed us and taken everything from the get-go. Not only did they take outer materialistic things, but they took a lot from us mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And they still continue to do this. Now, nothing has ever been done about it, but you can see that we still strive as a people. That should tell you a lot. We are not, I mean, I would never listen to a person who says that this generation of people are weak. Yeah, as Wiseman said, I just read a report stating that 90% of newly employed during the pandemic of the past 3 years are Black people. Yeah, yeah, that is so true. You said white people are playing around, they're sick of the. Yeah, yeah, well, we should never ask for equality. We should have never marched for equality. We should have never done any of that. But I can understand why why they were put in the situation. They felt like they were in the situation where they had no choice to do that. But I'm not going to dog out my people because of the conditions that we've been placed in. It is unjust conditions. But I do agree with you on that. Like Candace Owens, she still complains. She's complaining now about the government. She's always going to have a complaint. People are going to always have a complaint in this society because they have given themselves to something that is delusional and not real. When it came to COVID, all you had to do was not even subscribe to that ideology. I didn't subscribe to the ideology. My children didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to do anything. Yeah, but the thing about it is, you said taxpayers. I don't consider myself in the group of white people. I'm not gonna co-sign anything with white people. I don't care what they tired of or what they feel like. They get what they deserve. They get what's coming to them soon. They deserve every bit of it. But I'm just saying that Black people, we do need to get our act together and stop feeling like you're part of something that we're not. And I don't care about discrimination. I don't care about, now that I know, you know, I don't need them to give me an opportunity. What I need for them to do is get off the planet, obviously, because they're in my way. Simple as that. I'm not in their way. They've been in my way because the way this society is, I have to pay taxes and they end up taking my wealth. My wealth I need that as a Black person, they've always stolen from me. It's never been an opportunity for me to build or to have without having it taken or stolen. Since we've integrated into this society, into this delusional society. I talked about last time how, you know, I mean, you're always gonna fall for white people's crap. You're always gonna do that because you have to be really educated and you have to be able to really understand. Yeah, they're taking our wealth, and we should have never agreed upon certain things because our ancestors agreed upon certain things. This is why we feel like that's why we're in the position that we are and we're feeling like we feel. But they don't still have power over this. They don't have power over our money. And I remember I told you guys before in one of my videos, I was upset about how white people were winning. And then after that, I started winning a lot at the casino and stuff like that. Um, it's all about. It's not that the money belongs to them. You know, is they have power and domain over it. They have placed the power and domain over it by tricking us in our minds to think that we do not have power through religion, by feeding you the devil and God. If only you guys knew, you would throw that God out of your mind and you would stomp on that devil. Because, like I said, if you have these things in your mind, then these things are stopping you for being of a sound mind, for seeing the world and having seeing the world differently. A friend of mine I was talking to last night, they got mad at me. They saw lights where, usually it's this restaurant, and it's a nice night spot because they have outdoor seatings, and you can sit out there with the lights and stuff like that. The first thing this person thought was Christmas. Oh, they left the lights out there because Christmas. I'm giving you this as an example of what I'm talking about with the thought process. If that's the first thing you think about, and you don't think about resort and feel like an island feel, but you get a Christmas feel from people having lights outside of the restaurant at night, where the restaurant outdoor seating is. And the first thing that comes to your mind is the programming of Christmas. I said, no, that's not why they have it out there. These people are not trying to celebrate Christmas year round. They have it out there to give the customers this feel, the summer outdoor eating feel, like people do for their backyards. I explained that many people like lights around their backyard. Now, in fact, when I get my landscaping, I'm planning on putting plenty of lights because it just makes for the nice atmosphere, and it makes the landscaping even more beautiful. And this is all they did. They were making their landscape beautiful with the lighting, and also taking in consideration that the customers are going to be sitting out there and it's going to be dark and they're going to be eating. So it's, even though they decorate Christmas, but they decorate Christmas like across the way around the water, and they have all those Christmas decorations. It's different from what the restaurant is trying to achieve. But this person thought, oh, they wanted to keep the Christmas lights on year round. But that's the thinking that happens with people who are engaged in religion, who are engaged in what the white man has taught, has programmed you to be. And hi, this makes you very, very small to me. This makes you very, very small, even though people have the freedom right to think how they want to think, but that's not free right to think. That's your thinking of what you've been given in this society. So when you see lights and decorations, you begin to think, oh, well, these people just want to, there's a house down the street from where I live. They decorate with all these monsters and skeletons, and they have huge, huge skeletons, Frankensteins in their yard. Not because, it may not be because they want to celebrate Halloween, because these people do not celebrate Halloween. They put on their door that if you knock on my door, they don't do trick or treat. So they warn you, do not knock on my door. But they decorate year round. That's only because these people, they love that. That's what they are into. It has nothing to do with Halloween. They do not do trick or treat. They do not entertain people. Hey, Nikki. Yeah, they have the lights. They have all kinds of color lights. It doesn't mean that they're Christmas and Halloween. It's just something that people like. I like pumpkins. I, I like pumpkins, but I don't celebrate necessarily Halloween. But I call it Harbor Fest because I love the fall. The fall is my favorite time of the year. Hey, Yappa Yappa. Yeah, I haven't been on much. I've been like busy trying to make these things happen for me, but and they have happened, and I've been, communicating with ancestor spirits and stuff like that, and doing different things here. So I've been real busy, and I continue to be real busy. But I think I'm gonna do something different with my channel, and I was given some pictures. One of the guys I follow, they did some pictures that people can use to make movies or stories and stuff like that. So I I brought a lot of that from them, and I might do some stories again. And I have this new in video program that I've been having, and I'm making payments on it each month, and I'm like, I need to do something, so I'm gonna do something different. Y'all are not gonna be seeing me live that much. I might just let my videos start playing and doing more entertainment, but and then I might come on every now and then when I can live to talk about issues and different things within our community, and how we have to have be of higher minds, and take in consideration our souls, and what we intake on the daily. But going back to Candace Owens, she's just misguided, you know, and because she's misguided, she was set up to misguide other people. Our people are already misguided, so it's easy to continue to program us. The way she is looking lately, she looks like an anime. She looks like an anime. Her ears are pointy, her eyes are different. It's like, is she real? But like I said, we have to beware of those who are on this lower level and feeding into the delusion of these people. If we are already spiritually separated from these people and mentally separated, meaning we cut off the programming and we don't think, because we see lights outside, that they want to do this. Oh, they celebrating Halloween more. Oh, year round, we don't have to jump to that conclusion. We don't have to see the world the way they want us to see the world. We can see it the way Black people are supposed to see the world. Empowered, and not asking the ones who destroyed and killed us to give us our shit back. No, we have to take our shit back. How do we take our shit back? By understanding, knowing why they are trying to control our minds. Why? I just want you to figure this out on your own. Why they feed us religion? To stop something. They do it to stop something. Why? We have to go back in history and study them. Not, I loved European studies. And I did that. And it's almost as if our whole education was studying them in a way, which made it easy. And it wasn't the greatest history, but they put it out there for us to learn. And we have to look into that. We have to take in consideration a lot of things when we're in this society. Amish is nothing more than Christianity. Um, of course, after everything goes their way and they achieve at destroying us, getting us into position, what do you expect them to come at you with? I mean, they still may be a little prejudiced or whatever, or racist, but the whole point is, what do you expect from them? They are not going to twitch at the thought of our suffering. They are going to want kumbaya. They're going to want that because it benefits them and continue in their continued um, delusional world. So that is something we need to take in consideration. Candace Owens is coming from a place where she is not self-sufficient at all. She married a white man, had his babies. Um, she get paid to talk by white folks. She gets all that support from them. Yes, yappa yappa. Yes. If you aren't, I forgot. You're gonna have to give me the. I'm trying to say what the initials are saying. YAPO stands for, and I know you say it on your video all the time. What it stands for. If you aren't, URPA. Can you put it in the comments? Like I said, we don't have to worry over the things that go on in this society, because the things that go on in this society that is destructive are destructive for a reason. But I don't think if we don't partake in it, it shouldn't be destructive to us. The Bible even says these things. The Bible tells us there's nothing new under the sun. Yes, but they've made it so all this stuff is going to fall back on them, because even the nicest white people that has been nice to black folks, why are you not flinching? Why are you not feeling anything towards what we struggle with? Why is it okay with you that we are on the bottom? Why is it okay with you that we pay taxes? But yet, there's another group of people who have taken an identity that has nothing to do with them, but they've adopted themselves into it. And because they had a lunatic of their own race do something, which I assume he did it because he was naturally controlled to do that, because it was wrong. It was wrong. It was wrong for them to do what they did to us, go to Germany wealthy and have a wealthy society and mistreat others. But that karma came back on them. And I'm talking about the quote unquote Jews. So now they get our tax money. Our money goes towards wars around the world. And we struggle to want to have businesses. It's not easy, but we go on our own and we build on our own. I don't have, my platform is not supported by white folks with money, with the money that they got from the backs of my ancestors. And I'm not up here telling Black folks that it's your fault that you don't get a leg up, because it's not true. It's delusional. What is true is anytime we make a penny, it gets taken. Because we need to eat. So when we have to eat, we have to survive. You know, we have to have a place to live. But because we're integrated into the society, all that gets sucked up and taken away from us. Okay, you're okay, S. Wiseman. If you aren't pissed off, you aren't paying attention. Exactly. That's what I love so much. I love that so much. I love that. That's so much 100% truth in it. But I learned that I don't have to be pissed off anymore. Because I learned that we have the ultimate control and power over all of this. And that will be done soon. I'm not talking about religion. Because Light Bear over here, I told you I threw that out. But what I didn't throw out, and I started to do on my Facebook years ago, was to burn the Bible. And that was foolish. Because that word, the Christians don't even look at. And people like Candace Owens don't even look at. She would have known that there's nothing new under the sun, which we already know that. We already know, and we got word that these people are no good. So we're not surprised by the little things they try to do. But what our people don't know is that spirit is real. I talked to them today. They helped me today. They helped me last night. They help me every day. No, I watched it. No, I watched it. I Yeah, you was talking about Angeline. I don't have her video. If you can you text or email? Did I give you my email? Can you email me one of her videos? Because but I don't get her videos anymore. For some reason, I don't get Angeline's videos anymore. I don't get notifications. I don't know what happened. But I know you was talking about her and how she's doing her own graphics and stuff. Those are some things I need to figure out. I need to take my time and work on the computer more. And there's a lot more I can get accomplished through the computer. And I know it. And I don't have to pay these people. Like I paid my last graphic artist for my story, the Star You Are. I paid them more than I paid the people to publish it. I paid the people to publish $600. I paid her to draw my pictures $1,200. It was supposed to have been 1,000, but she wanted the extra 200 out at the last minute. So, I don't want to go through that no more. I don't even really want to go through it with the publishers either. You know, I'd rather do my own thing. Figure out if I like making stories. So, I've seen a lot of people that make stories. They make real stories, but I just want to do made up creative stories online. Oh, Owens is now, let me put you up. Owens is now owned, and for right now, I think she has it made. But what and who she is banking on is unstable. I have no doubt. She is just saying what she knows will make her money. Yes, talking about cyber attacks. Any cyber attacks that happen, believe me, it's going to be spiritual. It's going to be spiritual. And I think they know it's coming. And it's going to benefit Black folks. It ain't about, it's going to benefit us. Whether it destroys everything, it still will benefit us. We benefit from everything that is harmful to this society. What we don't understand is when you talk about the devil, it's perspective. What's a devil to me is those who destroyed my people, those who go out and kill my people on a daily basis, those who don't have a consciousness towards the struggle of my people, who walk around in brown skin every day. Yeah, she thinks she knows she has it made. That's the problem. And you notice how she talks in her videos. She pronunciates everything clearly. And it's limited. It's limited. It can't go nowhere. It's right there. It can't go no better. It can't get no worse. It can't be improved upon. It can't be. It's just there. And that's why they have us talking in this English vernacular, to keep us stuck. So she's stuck. And she agreed to share DNA and bring children into this world who are going to now have a legacy with the most wickedest bloodline on the planet. And children, it's hard raising children. Hers are babies right now, but it gets demanding. Hers are babies. But as they get older, she's going to see that it ain't all peaches and plums growing, around here. It's not going to be easy at all. But she thinks somehow that the delusional world that they're trying to have her talk about with relationships and all this stuff, it's it's supposed to engage our people, because our people, we want that those things, we want things to be right, but those things are not coming from a right place. Those things are not coming from a right, they're coming from a delusional lie. And because it's coming from a delusional lie, it's part of what is going to pull a lot of people in and entrap them into thinking. And I say this so that people will not fall for the traps, because we have a culture. We have a culture, and they can't now. I think I kept trying to find my StreamYard. Sometimes my mind gets bogged down because I have so much to say and I can't say it all. But the delusion basically in this story is the fact that white people don't have power over black folks. They have programmed us all this time to think that they have some kind of power. The only power we allowed them to have is the mental power. Once we take back our mental power, our spiritual power, and we become the spiritual people that we are. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, I know I dropped out, but can you see me now? We become the spiritual people that they fear us to become. Oh, you said no audio. Okay. When we become the spiritual people that they fear us to be, when we realize that our devil is our God, and that their devil, their they are our devil, and we need to stop making them our God, then that's taking back our power. We don't necessarily have to be separated from these people, but I can guarantee you one thing. And the reason why I can guarantee you this is because the Bible says it. And if the Bible says it, believe it or not, that it's ancient writings that have been twisted to make people think one thing that these people did not take the time to look at the details about. But it did promise one thing: this world shall pass, and it will happen, and it will be 100% in our favor. It will be in our favor. We don't have these things to fear. We don't have these concerns that Candace Owens wants us to have. But the Hebrew Israelite people, of course, they're going to fall for it because they fall for Hebrew Israelite religion. They fall for all religions that these people have handed down. That these things have nothing to do with us because they still hooked on that God and that devil complex. So, with that said, once we drop that, you can truly begin to understand what I've been trying to say and move forward. I also want to leave you on this note. Look up Manifesting Moon and please subscribe to that channel. It's a meditating money channel, and it's guaranteed to work for you if you're in the right mind and the right spirit. Anything can work for you if you're in the right mind and the right spirit. This is what they told me. So I know it can work, but they want you in the right mind and the right spirit. So, with that said, thank you guys for being here. Always remember true love, real peace, and the higher self within the soul. Till next time. And don't forget to email me, Yappa. Peace.